don't have anything weird to say right now, so I'm just gonna say hello everyone, I'm the best Let's Player you've never heard of. Are you ready for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword? Last time we finished up at the Fire Sanctuary. We fought Girahim again. And then that's about it, actually. That's a bird statue. That's no goddessy thingy. So actually, what I'm thinking, I want to go and try the Gate of Time right now. Like right now. I'm not gonna do the side questing. That was a random jump cut. Anyway, I decided that I'm gonna go straight down here and do this instead of the side questing, mostly because I realized there's still a bunch more story stuff that we probably should do before we try the side questing. So let's go to let's do behind the temple. Actually, no need to climb up the sealed realm. Don't really even need to do the climbing, actually, but this is closer to the Gate of Time. So we're gonna do that instead. And oh boy! The blue goblins are out in numbers. Forgot to attach the wrist strap, that's what that was. Okay. I have not been to Faron Woods in so long, I don't remember where the... Oh, it's backwards, okay. Grab the bugs, don't really need them, I guess, but I don't know. No, come on. Every time. The struggles. Was that rock here before? I don't think these rocks, they're just kind of there. There's no reason for them. I actually thought the first one's a Goron, but anyway. Was that the wrong way? I think that was the wrong way. That was definitely the wrong way. How did I go the wrong way? Grass, that was your fault. That's why I just cut you. And they all respawned too. Okay, that was great aim you got there. That's not what I hit down instead of up again. There's something butterfly related. I guess they're not fans of music, so I'm gonna... No, that's a wall. Never mind. I don't care. Let's do... We just wasted so much time doing that. Let's just go and into there. I'm probably cutting all that out even. So, let's see what we have. That battery thing is going to start being really annoying soon, isn't it? Before we do a thing, let's talk to Groose. Yo, Link, saw the rail track I put up outside, eh? What's it for? Oh, you'll see before long. I got the voice I used. That could have been bad.
Ah, your sword. There can be no doubt the sacred flames have purified this blade. Well done, Link. That sword holds tremendous power. That power is a sacred force. It is a divine power left to us by the gods of old. The same power that is spoken of in the Ballad of the Goddess.
Which, no, actually we do know the words. Never mind.
To look upon you is to see that same great power now flowing through you in the sword you carry. Come, Link. You must now open the Gate of Time. Now that sacred force dwells within your blade, strike the Gate of Time with a skyward strike and it will surely awaken. Climb upon the pedestal, and show it your moves!
Let's, now, someone Photoshop Captain Falcon's face onto that. There's our thumbnail right there. Captain Falcon on her face. Good. Also, one thing I realized I never did was go into... Not cancel that out. Go into here. We have the Master Sword now. That's something we probably should have pointed out in the last episode, since it's a little important. All I did was show that the Skyward strikes are different.
No, I fear the seal has given way once again. That terrible beast is awakening even as we speak. It is likely that the monster reacted to the sacred power given off by your sword. I wish it had not happened, but there was no other way to open the gate. So it goes. Link, you must imprison the beast once again.
Alright, bring it on. This is what I've been waiting for. It's time to break out my new toy. Trust me, that flabby bag of teeth doesn't stand a chance. Well, what are we waiting for? I'm heading out there. With this awkwardly slow running animation. Might want to consider saving here. But you do obviously we're about to fight the Imprisoned for a second time. We just fought Girahim the second time, now we're fighting the Imprisoned the second time. You don't really need to save, because if you lose in the fight, you'll just go back to the beginning. You don't lose progress. What we do want to do is sit on the stool in there so you can heal. Hey, Link! Yeah, if we'd entered through the sealed grounds, we would have seen this. Try not to drool on your shirt as you stare at this amazing super weapon I've been working on. I call it the Reunite. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it? It's only natural. You wouldn't believe how much time I put into building this beauty. Here, check it out. First, I got all the fences cluttering the area out of the way. Then I laid down rails for it to run on. All by myself, of course. I don't know what came over me. I had no clue I had the talent to make something like this, you know? Anyhow, you just tell me where you want me to place my shots and I'll put a hurting on that ugly monster. I don't care how beefy you are. You're bound to stumble for a few moments after taking one of my big bombs to the body. Hang on though, that monster showed up a smidge sooner than I was expecting. There are a few final adjustments I gotta make before she can move on the rails I put down. Call out to you when she's ready for action. Till then, do whatever you can to hold off that beast. Okay, for what both Groose and the old lady were talking about, the Imprisoned hasn't actually broken out yet, and it won't until you touch down there. And you see the one triangle seal that we made before is giving way, and the Imprisoned is about to break free again. Actually, I really like that darkness effect for some reason. I don't really know why. Anyway, something a little different. It's got arms now. It's a little creepy. But actually looks a lot creepier without the arms. It looks better with them. Without the arms, it's just kind of feet, and it doesn't look like it would stand. Look at that. Seems like our ugly friend grew itself a pair of hands. Great timing. Hope it knows how to catch, because my machine has a mean right arm. She's all loaded up, I'll tell you. Let you know. Until then, do what you need to do to... He kind of repeats the same thing there. Anyway, target lock, the Imprisoned. There's insufficient data on this target to make a full report at the time, but I can confirm the appearance of limb-like appendages that were not previously present. Evil power of the creature has also increased. It's all we have to go on right now. So we gotta focus on destroying the feet like we did before. And it now even possesses the ability to climb to pull itself up. This is an interesting part of the fight. Because when it does this, hey Link, the machine's all loaded and ready to smash. If that flabby sack of teeth tries to climb the wall, I could blast it off from here with a bomb. You want some backup from me? Just send me the single with up D-pad. So yes, instead of using the harp, you can now use the Reunite by pressing up when you're fighting the Imprisoned here. Basically, it's like an extra way of aiming bombs. Unfortunately, your reticle kind of goes through it. But what you're supposed to do is basically hit it like that. Ha! She packs a mean punch, doesn't she? Tell you, I was in love the first time I pulled this lever. That's a little suggest... Anyway. So yeah, that will cause it to fall so you can get a few free hits in. And more importantly, stop it from climbing. Because it can get up to the temple a lot easier when it climbs, obviously. And there we go. I guess I somehow hit both of the toes at once. Didn't notice that. One important thing to notice is the arms are actually blocking our way from getting to it. So what you're actually supposed to do is go up and around to get to the head, but that the arm pushed me off automatically when it fell, so I had to go down instead. Going up is significantly faster because the updraft also refills your stamina technically. But we got one hit on it reasonably quickly, I guess, so That's a good thing. Never noticed that the fingers actually go in, too. Now, another good thing you could do with the Grusinator is miss completely. Forgot that it walks. Oh, right. You can't use it again until he reloads. Forgot that happened. Luckily, we've got plenty of time. Can intercept it from the front, I guess. If it starts climbing, you can bomb it immediately. More importantly, I have arrows. Don't know why I haven't been doing this. You can actually just miss with the arrows, too. You are able to break the toes by shooting them with arrows, but it's horribly inaccurate since you're going to get stepped on. Regardless of if you try to do it close up, you will get stepped on. So, alright, Groose is back online, but I want to see if I can... Okay, yeah, I'm going to need to hit it. Thought it missed again, good. That's better fall down, thank you. I'm sorry if you hear the nunchuck cord slapping against my pants. That's a little unavoidable in this. Just the Imprisoned fights for some reason. I don't know why. Never anywhere else. It's the only time that the nunchuck did, like, well, I guess I could tie the cord around itself to shorten it or something, but, yeah. Actually, in this case, I am going to want to go down again, because it is slightly faster with this geyser. Geyser? I guess it's a geyser. Yeah, it's an air geyser as opposed to a water one. As you can see, the D-pad icon, it will automatically flash on regardless whenever the Grusinator becomes... Oh, forgot it does that. Yeah, this is interesting. What you're going to actually have to do is shoot it now while it's in that mode, or it will keep sliding up like that no matter what you do, and it will go all the way up to the temple that way if something happens. Now, here... Oh, no, that was pulling a spike out. I thought it was climbing in. Never mind. It is possible to get it to fall off if it starts climbing by just taking out its fingers like you do the toes to knock it over, and that will cause it to fall down. It won't get knocked over, of course, but that's another way to do it if the Grusinator isn't online and you're above it. So yeah, as you can see, a fully charged arrow isn't enough to break a toe. I missed completely there. I keep thinking Hyrule Warriors. I guess the Imprisoned in Hyrule Warriors. Okay, it's getting kind of close. So I'm gonna hit it once just to slow it down a little bit so I can get a couple attacks. And if it starts climbing, the thing is, once it gets right close to the temple, it will start climbing directly up in front of it. Now another thing to note is, about the Imprisoned in general, not necessarily just this fight, because you do fight it before too, and this is relevant then as well, is you're not really worried about your own health. Every toe you destroy, there's like a 50% chance of giving you a heart, and it doesn't really hurt you much. Its only attack is the shockwaves, that's if you think about it. Now, Groose gets back online now. This would be great, because you can actually keep it down for longer if you shoot it. Like, well, this. Hopefully this... Yep. Good, that kept it down longer. Hopefully I can... Yeah, I got this. So yeah, it's really more of... You're not supposed to worry about your own health in these fights. You're supposed to worry about just defeating it in time, which I sort of like, since it's a big twist on what would... It's like the only kind of... Well, it's the only one of these kind of fights in Skyward Sword. I can't say for the whole series. There are some... Usually it's just in chase sequences where you have to do something in time rather than... Not boss battles that do this, usually. Anyway, we defeated the Imprisoned again. That was pretty good, since we're only like 10 minutes into the recording. Maybe a little more. Gonna do that cool scale effect that I love. And the spike is down. So, figures, if we had the Goddess Sword again, like we did last time, then it would immediately break out of the seal again. But we have the Master Sword now, so presumably the sealing power is more stronger. Did I really say more stronger? Because we're now able to make a double triangle seal. And that's going to seal it in a little better than it did last time, even though its power is actually increased. So, we are now... We beat the boss fight! Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know where I was going with that. So, Nice work there, Link. Of course, you couldn't have done it without me, but no need to thank Bruce. I know I saved your tail. Now let's get that gate of time thing up and running. I'll go on ahead. And again, with the weird running animation. Like, at this point in the game, Bruce's running animation just gets really weird. Like, before, it was normal. When he ran away after being scared and realizing that he wasn't the hero and all, he had a normal running animation. These cutscenes, I don't even know. More importantly, though, is you can't really navigate... Whoops. You can't really navigate the sealed grounds the way you did before now that the Grusinator is here. It's a little different because of the track. But there are now a couple geysers that lead you up to here instead. And you can use that to get around easily. Like, if you need to drop down to a specific point, you can do that. I guess... Well, not I guess, it's yes. Anyway, heart. That's why the bow wasn't doing anything. I have the regular bow. I never upgraded it. Right. I don't even know if we went to the scrap shop since the sand ship. Don't think so, since I didn't remember we could upgrade or I don't think I had enough rare stuff. That's probably it. I think I need dusk relics or something. I don't know. The bow's really the last thing we need to upgrade, so it doesn't matter.
Seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again.
It is the imprison. That shouldn't have been too bad.
You have my thanks, Link. As do you, Grus. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Aw, you give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could to help. I did what was necessary.
I did what was...
Imagine her with Grus's voice. On second thought, please don't.
I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Link, you must wonder just what it is we've been fighting there in a great pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice to say it is the root of the evil we face. When you pass through the gate of time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it. Such is its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source or suffer this fate again and again. There's no time to lose. Hit the gate with a Skyward strike.
Come on already, charge that sword of yours, that sacred force stuff Granny was talking about, and zap the gate of time. Right on, Granny.
Indeed. Now, Link, go. Go to the gate.
Guess Grus is a hippie or something, because he went all right on. Yo. But now we can see how the other gate of time works, because this one's presumably identical. Starts off with the old classic the Hylian does all that stuff, and then Grus forms into these like weird cybernetic cube things. Instead of the stone just shifting into the gate of time, it turns into this all high-tech looking stuff, and then that coalesces into the gear, is coalescing into the gear things that we saw before. This is a really interesting cutscene. I like how they bothered to go to make all these individual cubes and pieces just for the one scene, too. And then that gears. Then I guess I never realized like the symbolism of it. You get the 3 gears. Like, the one is the future, one's the past, and the big one in the middle is the present that you go through to actually get to places. What I didn't realize was the other two gears aren't the same size, so I thought that would be cool. Like, the gear is the same size, it's the same gear in different parts of time. Anyway.
Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now waits. Go bravely, Link. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda we fought so hard for lies beyond this gate.
Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here, Link. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Grannie here keeps yapping on and on about how we never know when to might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. That's a creepy smile. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Nah, forget about it. Is this like the emotional remix of Groos's theme? I never realized that. That's awesome. When you see Zelda, tell her I said what's up. Like, not even hi. That's like the normal thing. Like, when you see someone, tell them I said hi, not what's up. Like, he never says what's up at any other point in the game that I can think of off the top of my head either. It's really interesting. But anyway, at long last, after what should have been a lot less time, but I'm lazy and don't record often enough, we are gonna go through the Gate of Time. This is also a really cool effect. It's like gears that are also doors, but that's not the floor, as you're gonna see in a second. He starts walking in and then just kind of ramps on up into infinity, isn't walking on anything. And then we don't see what happens in the middle that causes him to change time periods, but he's going to pop out in an older, better looking version of the temple called the Temple of Hylia. As you can see, old sealed grounds look the same, located in Hylia's realm. That door isn't usable, and this one here is locked too. Bird statue's there, but there isn't anything else you could do with it. All we could do, I guess, is talk to Impa, who managed to make her way to Faron from past Lanayru, apparently. At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You're doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise, and little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the Gate of Time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. So, don't even get to open the door, simply stepping into the light brings us to the reunion with Zelda. You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. You've traveled very far from home, to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learn the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess, Hylia, succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both in motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. A mortal, not immortal. She made this sacrifice, as you've likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For a while, the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods. With all of its power, it can never be wielded at once. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers in her immortal form. Probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. Imp is just like, yo. The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me remember who I was, and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here, to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort, to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him, at any cost. This is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago. Keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, you can see now this is my purpose. Link, the goddess created Phi and the great blade she's part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against Demise in the monstrous form he now assumes, rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to find this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. Link, before I say another word, I feel I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish Demise, once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of this land. Which brings us back to you. To face Demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Link. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield that supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without the text-skipping thing working correctly for this one line, without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Link, but you have to understand this is a war. The fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right. And it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am Hylia reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. This time, when all this is over, will you come to wake me up? I promise. After all this time, we only came to find out that the war is still not over. You now have to claim the Triforce and end Demise once and for all. I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now, and fulfill your destiny. So, to take the Gate of Time back to our own time. It said time a lot there. Let's see what it is that must be done.
So you've returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits, suspended in sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce.
Whoa there, hold up! Link, there's something I gotta tell you. So Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? Well, we know we can trust Groose now, so we have to tell him the truth. That's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. But you're going to do something about this mess, right? Link, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Grannie. Oh, don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it, and got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's got to watch that big ugly monster, and someone's got to make sure Granny's doing alright. She defeated a bunch of Girahim's minions and saved Zelda when she first came down here. I'm pretty sure she's okay on her own. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. Know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, but don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. But even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten up this place a little too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So, yeah, you know. When you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Cullen and Stritch might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. And so, we now close on one of the most emotional, and still one of my favorite chapters in any Zelda game whatsoever. And if we look here, you can see the door is shifted slightly open in the millennia. And that crystal that I showed you the first time we came down here to the sealed grounds, that's been Zelda the whole time. The one person we've been seeking this entire adventure has been just within the reach of the one place we had to keep returning to. Next time, on The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, we're going to head back into the sky and immediately set out to discover what we must do to find the secrets of the Triforce. Till then, I'm LeaderofLuxinape, signing off.